Hi, this is Peggy, and I am messing around with modifying and using Create to change a redwork design to make it thicker. So, I am in the Create module right now, and that's the little tulip in the left-hand corner of your Premier+2 Ultra. And when it comes to this screen, you're just going to hit Cancel, because we already have a design we want to change around. So we're going to use Insert Embroidery, and we're going to go out to the Premier+2 folder, which is normally held in your My Documents folder, and we're going to go into the Premier Samples and Premier+2 Embroidery, Stitch 2, Butterflies and Bugs, and the redwork butterfly again. So that's how it would look as is in the original format. And what I'm going to do is open up Create, and I can see now that we are in Create. And what I had you do before is go and change the running stitches, or all the stitches, over into a satin stitch by going into the global properties. So each time you pick a different type of stitch, it'll change every stitch in the design. So global properties, and I changed it from a running stitch. A triple stitch would make it a whole lot thicker, or a satin stitch, and we were working on satin stitches before, so I'm going to take it down to a 1 in size, and then I'm going to go, and you can see how it changed it. Then I'm going to go and change the double stitches. Global properties, change it to a satin line. I'm going to take it down to a 1 and say OK. Now, that is a little bit thick. If you were to zoom in on it, it's quite a bit thick. I'm going to think I can leave these single stitches alone. What I'm going to do, everything is changed to the satin line except for the single stitches. So now everything, all the satin line will, excuse me, all the satin line will change. I'm going to change the density and make it less dense. Say OK. And that's how you mess around with that kind of stuff. You can do it that way. If it's still too thick, then go back and change it to a triple stitch. And that makes it a whole lot bolder than it was before. Not thicker, but bolder. And I'm going to go back because I want to show something. So I'm going to do an export embroidery. And I'm going to save it in my Sonnet cloud. And I'm going to put it in new folder number 1. I'm not going to name it because I'm not going to keep it. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to close it. And then we're going to open up Modify, which is the little scissor icon in the lower left-hand corner of your screen in Premier+2 Ultra. And we're going to do a File, Insert, and we put it in a new folder, so there it is. I'm going to change my hoop size, I think, down to about a 150 by 150. And I'm going to zoom in on it. Now, there are some spots where you can see that the stitches overlap. And to get rid of some of that, you are going to go up here to, let me look around a little bit. It's been a while since I have messed with this. I'm going to go into View, and I'm going to say 2D View with stitch points. And I'm going to zoom in even closer. So you can see that in a few of these spots, you've got a lot of overlap. And you can actually, like right here, you can select this stitch and hit delete. And you can select this stitch and hit delete. And you can hit this stitch and hit delete. And you can take this stitch and bring it down. And you can take this stitch and move it in a little bit. So you can alter things a little bit by using that view in the Modify tab, 2D View with stitch points. Here's another spot that looks like it might be a little bit iffy. Select a stitch, delete. Select a stitch, delete. And remember, you can move those around as needed. So this one, if I want to move it back in a little bit, this one, if I want to move it back in a little bit, you can do that. You can get rid of stitches, you can add stitches, you can take a stitch and make it longer or shorter. So Modify is really fun to really get in there and change things around using that stitch point on the view. Okay, thanks, bye.